Okay, I was going to do a video of the basement for you. So it's nice to be able to just walk down these steps here instead of having to stumble down the inside steps when I know I want to be over here anyway. I turned this fan off because with the door open, it doesn't make sense. This is the control here that I can turn the fan off and on with that thing. I could probably run that up through the bedroom window somehow and control the fan from in there, but it doesn't matter to me right now. Alrighty, here's what we got down here. I keep this down here in case they have to dig out the sump pit. It's got a little shovel and a bucket. They're going to dig out the mud and put it in there. This is trash. I told him I wanted to keep this. This is probably a combination of trash and usable stuff. This is that old, it's Emerson, used to be a cornet or a bugle or some kind of musical instrument. Went in this thing. It's got a wood. I think somebody probably used it as a toolbox at some point. It's kind of neat like, but I don't know that we would ever use it. If he wants it, you know, I don't care. Here's the window from the bathroom. That's been boarded over on the outside, and we, of course, on the inside we put shower tubs around. So if he wants the window, maybe use it someplace, or if you want to keep it, that's fine. Here's some rolls of plastic. Those are all usable. It's a bucket with some fittings in it. I guess I can't. Here's the workbench. He said he could use the workbench. I said, well, it's kind of rusted on the bottom. He said he could take it and make some use out of it, replace the rusted part with boards or something. And I said, well, if you want it, you can have it, because nobody has ever wanted to take it out of here. It's going to take 2 people if you're going to have anything left by the time you get to the top. But anyway, I already told him he could have this. He was very enthusiastic about everything on top of it. You can see it's been cleaned off. He kept saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is an old well pump with a bladder in it. I don't think it works anymore, but, you know, if anybody wanted to haul that off for scrap, there'd probably be something in it. Of course, we got city water now. If we ever got water from the well, we'd probably have to get a different pump anyway, because this one's at least 25 years old. I'm going to keep that cinder block. Here's what he was asking about this shelf here. He wanted to know if he could have some of the stuff off of this. This is an old fishing tackle box, and I think it actually has fishing tackle in it, yeah. Some of these he would use for toolboxes, but this was actually his fishing box. I think he did it so him and Alan could go fishing together, because me and Katie went fishing with him maybe twice, you know. He liked fishing, and we just complained about the mosquitoes and the bugs, and we were hot and wanted to go home. So, I mean, unless Alan wanted it, because it was his dad's, I'm not sure that, I mean, I can ask him. Or if you'd want it for some reason. It's a nice, I mean, I know it takes a while to accumulate all that stuff. Anyway, blah, blah. This is a trickle charger. It's an old one, but I think it works. I think we should keep that. This looks like old sump pumps. May or may not work. They'd be good for scrap. That is an old radio, looks like. I'll see if that works. That is, you know, some of these probably work, some of these sump pumps, but I'm not sure that looks like one of those pumps you put in, like a portable one you just put in a swimming pool and pump it out or something. This is where was that? It's an attic fan of some kind. It might work. I don't know. We used to have one like that in Trenton. I don't know if that's where it came from. I don't think so. There's my heat lamp for, in the wintertime I would hang it up over here to shine on the pipes coming in from the outside. Hey, Binkadoo, you found it, huh? This is a big jug of I don't know what that is, and it doesn't have a handle. And if it's supposed to be moist, it might be, but I don't know. And that's TSP. Now that comes in handy, but I don't know that we would ever use it. You can strip wood with that, or strip, like if you were going to clean the side of the house, or you know what TSP is, I suppose. But I don't know that I would ever use it. It's pretty harsh. So this is what he was asking about. You know, like this pump right here. Ugh. This is the kind of pump, you put a garden hose on it and you pump out fish ponds and swimming pools, and it can help in an emergency. So I think we should keep that. I'll check that clock and see if it works. These other pumps are standard. The heck is that thing? This is something. Oh, it's just a cardboard box. These are, this is a low boy, it looks like. Let me see here. This looks like a Zoller pump. Now, why it's sitting over here. Now, we did have some in the crawl space. He put a sump pump in the crawl space. This is like the one we got in the pit, but why is it sitting here? I don't know if that's a Zoller, if that says Zoller or not, but it might be the one that came from the sump pit, and it might be good, but would we ever use it, you know? Somebody would have to put it in for us, and then they would charge more to put it in than the pumps cost. So we'll wait and get a bill from that guy maybe, huh? This metal shelving unit is nice. If somebody wanted to take that and use it before the bottom rusts out of it. This is metal, some kind of metal thing. That's this side. Here's some junk metal here. This is from the old jack posts, and there's pipes and stuff like that. Some of this stuff I might like to keep on hand just because it'd be handy for something. Here is an old roaster liner from an old roaster. These are just boards. There's sawhorses under here. What this is a door that I put on top of some sawhorses to make a table. And this is just junk that I was sorting through. Some of this stuff has been sorted and labeled. You know, some of it's good stuff, but it would take somebody going through it. And we probably have multiples of it. Here's a level. This, of course, we use for winter time. Keep that bird cage. It's a nice bird cage. And if you look at this video and have questions about something, I'm going to go over here and check this. That level thing is gone. So he must have found that level in there, because it used to be right here. That yellow tube with the level in it used to lean up against that right there. Oops. Now here is just, all this stuff along here is extra PVC pipes. There's another door underneath all that stuff with junk piled on top of it, and I think underneath of it are some cinder blocks to keep everything off the floor. I mean, there's nothing down here that I say to myself, oh gee, that's in the basement, I'm gonna go get it. I mean, there's I sorted these at one time, many years ago. I was going to clean out the basement, and I sorted through everything and had it labeled, but that was a very long time ago. There's our spare jack post. We bought 2 of them, so of course that's important. I used to keep fruit down here. Here is Binka having such a good time. See, like I say, there's just pieces of stuff down here. Some wiring. That's, you know, this is lumber just stacked there. This is actually a ladder with some boards on top of it, laying on cinder blocks. Some of this stuff I can't really see. This looks like some kind of a tool. It's just a handle. And this is a ladder with some boards on top of it. I used to be kind of organized down here. I really was. This is where the air conditioners sat. And I'd take them down here every fall and bring them up every spring. Anything on this table you can't live without. Some of these don't have much in them because I was using them to sort knee pads. I don't know if those are even any good anymore. Goggles. I mean, if you wanted to pay him to sort through this stuff and put it away for us, you know. This is a door. I told you that. There's a doorknob. It's probably all warped out of shape now. Oh, there's the instructions for the little trailer. This says something. I don't know what it says. There's not much in it. That says something. I don't know what it says. Bubbles don't look like they're broken. That's a nice size level. That might be something to put someplace. It's a nice hammer. We have so many hammers. Okay, and then there's nothing over there. I don't think there's anything over in that corner. This is where I used to hang a light there so I could see the bottom of the steps when I came down. Here's an old filing cabinet. Some stuff in here. I was sorting through this stuff. I don't really know if it's... Here's some kind of a thing. Boards. Might like to keep this roaster and turn it into a flower pot. You know? It's about the only thing I think personally. It's just a yellow tablet. What this is? This is... Oh, that's just note paper. This used to be like... I forget, there was some guy that... This was some advertisement for something. Looks like a charger. There's an old computer cable. This is some kind of a charger for something. Anyway, one of those. Huh. Looks like used to be somebody's. Yep, we're old desk phones. Probably something we... There's a paper thingy. Ah, here's something I used to use. I don't use anymore. Anyway, that's a sample of our crawl space pipe. We used to do crawl spaces in basements. This was called A-Flow, and that went in crawl spaces. Anyway, that thing's the only thing I personally want. And probably these things, they can be turned into stuff. Maybe that level. Keep the bird cage and the heater. This looks like, I think I remember sorting through this. He'd probably like this tool belt if it's still usable. Oh, and there's more tool belts. Looks like that's what this is for, is tool belts. Yeah, there's more down there. And I think this might be one of those bucket liners where you put this in. No, that's just a tool kit. We used to have these bucket liners where you'd take a 5-gallon bucket, put a liner inside, and then it had pockets on the outside for tools. Looks like just stuff down here. I don't think there's anything in the corner. It looks like maybe trash. Somebody threw some plumbing compound cans back there. Of course, that's our under the crawl space. So down here, there's your hey, baby kitty. The tinka-binka-boo. Something's growing out of this pot. Now, what do you know about that? Look at that. I know what that is. That's a fairy plant, and I have not touched it for probably 5 years or more. It deserves better treatment, doesn't it? Colleen gave that to me, Scott's old girlfriend. It's called a fairy plant, and I can't remember. It's supposed to do weird things like live uncared for 10 years or something like that. It's very humid down here, so that probably helps. So, I don't know. I don't see anything else. Now, when I flip the switch at the top of the stairs to turn off this dehumidifier, it turns off that fan right there. So this wiring I know they did that so that I didn't have to go up and down the steps, but I probably would just turn off the dehumidifier for the winter and unplug it and leave that plugged in, because we're going to need that outlet for the heater in the wintertime. Maybe it won't be that cold down here. And here is, once again, I think this is a door also. It's too bad, you know. Maybe it's not a door. Maybe it's just pieces of wood. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's over. Here's our electric stuff. Everything's going fine. So the only thing I would probably tell him, and he's very careful with stuff. I have to say he is careful, and he's very now I think this is a bed frame, and I don't know whether we got it from a customer or what, but I have never had a use for it. Or maybe it's part of this shelving unit. It looks like the same color. Maybe it's these cross pieces. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Anyway, he'd probably be tickled to get that shelving unit. I'm not sure that we need it. It's up to you, though. One thing I will do, I think, if he starts messing around down here, is make sure this door does not go any further than right there. So I put something back here. Maybe put this trash can back here so this door doesn't go too far. I think I'll do that right now. I might could find something a little. Now over here, I think this is lime powder is what's inside here. I don't know what that says. Whoa. It's not lime powder. Pipe fittings. That must be what that says. Okay. Well, you know, leave that there. When we came back from Indiana, all the pipes were frozen. And poor Randy had Alzheimer's. And he and I replumbed this whole basement together. And I'm not kidding, we must have made 100 trips to Buckeye. Because he would figure out what to do with the pipes and then write it down and then get to the store, and he would stand in front of the pipes and the fittings forever. But he did it. Eventually, it got done. And of course, it's a mess. Everybody says it's a mess. But he was dealing with some 100-year-old plumbing, some 30-year-old plumbing, some 10-year-old plumbing, and then it was all busted and broken and frozen, and he had to replace pieces of it. I mean, he did a good job. You know, he had it when he had it. He had everything. He was sharp with all that stuff. Anyway, I can't see anything. If you see something and you got a question about it, you want me to look at it or whatever, I can come down here and do more investigating. I need to put something, maybe a cinder block, because it'd be nice to have this door open as much as is possible to get some of this junk out, but it can't go too far. So there's a cinder block over there that I used to have my freezer sitting on. I think it might work. Anyway, I might put that up in there before I come up. But if you got any questions about anything, let me know. You know, I know some of this stuff would be nice to have, but I don't know that where we would put it, and I don't know who would use it, because I can't see to use it, and I can't even see to find it. Even if we had some place that was not wet and was organized, you know, but my ability to find things, locate things, especially when they're new things, they're newly organized, would be I'd be suspicious about that. So anyway, I'm going to try to move that cinder block over there. I'll talk to you in a little while. Over and out.